So today we are going to discuss about what are the types of forces which are acting on a member. So mainly there are two types of forces are there. This classification is based on the centroidal axis by taking a consideration of centroidal axis. There are two types. One is the transverse force and second one is the axial force. The transverse force, so let us consider a bar. Okay, so I have defined here the axis will be the centroidal one, the axis which is passing through the center of the cross section, so that we are calling it a centroidal axis. So if the force is acting normal to the centroidal axis, so we are calling this force as transverse force. If it is acting normal to the centroidal axis, we are calling that as transverse forces. If a bar and then I will define an axis, if this force is acting along the centroidal axis, so that we are calling it as the force, we are calling it as axial force. The another name of the axial force is the normal force. This normal force, this name is given to the axial force as a normal. It based on the different criteria. We will not discuss that right now. So again, the axial force is once again is classified as tensile force as well as compressive force. It is defined as tensile force as well as compressive force. So tensile force, we will define the tensile force. Tensile force is also a axial force which is acting along the axis. So but what are the changes that happen when we have a tensile force on a member? So I have drawn a figure. So in this figure a bar we have and a force is acting. So after the application, initially there will not be any change in the length. There is no increase or decrease in the length. We will take the initial length as initial length of the bar as L. After the application of the force, what will happen? The length will increase little bit. It will be increased. So that increase we will take this as delta L. This we are calling it as deformation or elongation. Okay, whenever a force which is acting along the axial direction, if it increases the length of the bar, so we are calling that force as tensile force. Okay, we are calling that force as tensile force. The second one is a compressive one. In the compressive one, if see the direction here, the tensile is along the axis, but it is diverted from the cross sectional area, and here this compressive, it is acting on the cross section area, and what will happen? There will be a decrease in the length, so the length of the bar get reduced. The force which is acting on the member along the axial direction of the bar, if the length of the bar reduced or there is a contraction in the bar, so that force we are calling it as compressive force. Depending upon the type of forces, whether it is a tensile or compressive, we are naming the stresses like that only. The stress, what we are calling it as force by the area. The important role that is playing in the formula of the stress is the force. If the tensile force is acting on the member, the stress we are calling it as tensile stress. Okay, it is called as tensile stress normal. Why? Because the force is tensile one. Okay, if it is a compressive one, we are calling it as compressive stress. So I can use these two names also. In some of the books they have given as normal stress, axial stress instead of tensile. They are using different type of this specification or different type of names. So if I am using the normal, so I can use write like this, normal. Well, here it's a normal. If the tensile force is acting, normal tensile stress. Okay, the force is normal and again it is a tensile one. So we will name it as normal tensile stress, or it can be called as axial tensile stress. Axial tensile, whatever the name. So both are same. You can call it as a tensile, or you can call it as normal tensile, or you can call it as axial tensile. Same way for the compressive also we are naming as, here it is normal compressive stress, and then you can call it as axial compressive stress. So these are the different type of forces, and on the based upon the name of the forces we are going to call the different type of stresses.